What's up? I'm Will the Influencer for Recaps, Blogs and Reviews, and you're watching NetWatch. Alright, so a little while ago, this was brought to my attention by my business partner Kai from Recaps, Blogs and Reviews. Salute my bro. This guy called Andy Dawson allegedly filmed a giant on top of a mountain. Then he passed away, and everyone thinks that because he said that he was being stalked by the CIA, that the CIA took him out because he saw a giant. I'm going to look into this and I'm going to prove to you why it's all nonsense, and then we're going to move away from this whole Andrew Dawson thing. I'm not talking about it again unless he randomly turns up alive. It's pretty obvious that's not going to happen. Alright, so instead of me going into it too much, I'm just going to play you this clip right here. Once this clip plays, we'll go into it, but check this out.
Handicapped on TikTok. He posts a video of this giant. It was this huge white figure at the top of a mountain range. So this is in Jasper National Park in Alberta, Canada. He talks to some locals. They say, yeah, we've seen what you're talking about. Go down this trail, this public road that brings you up the mountain. All of a sudden he gets stopped by some dude.
Road's closed, turn around.
So he goes home. He's looking out his window. He sees the same car parked on that public road, just parked on the street.
Hey!
The car just took the off. It gets crazier. Random as a month and a half later, he posted. It was so weird. He was looking off camera the whole time, and basically all he said was,
I'm not dead. I have not disappeared. All the videos that I posted were scripted. They're just fake.
10 days after that, he posts a video saying, I'm scared.
You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
Month and a half later, his local newspaper comes out with the whole page on his obituary. They didn't even specify how he died. Do you guys think it's real or not?
Alright, so let's talk about this situation, shall we? So, Andy Dawson, right, is this TikTok guy, makes normal TikTok videos about him and his family, apparently isn't a conspiracy theorist. I'm going to stop right there. Check out this video right here. Tell me that symbolism right there doesn't show he's into conspiracies in one way or another, or the people that he is working with are not conspiracy theorists in some way or another. And here's a little secret as well. Just because you don't post conspiracy content doesn't mean you're not into conspiracy theories. Alright, so let's start at the very beginning with the giant. So this giant. This giant is actually a radio mast of some kind up in the mountains up there. It's got a little porta cabin type thing. It's got arrows up there. When it gets covered in loads of mountains, though, it looks quite thick there. It takes on a bigger sort of presence. So he's filmed that, and he's trying to say, it's a person, dude. It's a person, dude. And even his friend's like, no, it's not. Listen to the way that his friend said, no, it's not. Listen.
There's a person standing there. No, it's not.
So Andy has clearly said this kind of stuff before, innit? This is clearly the ramblings of a madman. This bit makes me laugh. He shoots the mountain in 3 separate places and tries to play out that it's the same spot. So the place that he filmed the giant, he doesn't film there again. He doesn't go back there again. He films helicopters in a completely different part of town and tries to claim they're extracting something when there's absolutely nothing there apart from ropes on the bottom of the helicopter, so they're obviously not extracting anything. They've clearly just dropped something off. So he continues to shoot the mountains and claim that this giant has now gone, and he finds some little installation thing which is in a different part of the mountain again. Then he finds some kind of structure on a different mountain and tries to claim it's the same mountain, and he's like, what's something else is there now, the giant's gone. This guy was capping from the start. Let me show you why Andy Dawson was capping. Alright, so we've already debunked the whole giant itself and the mountain bits, you know, that he's filming in 3 separate parts of this. We've already proved that he's into conspiracy theories or work with people that are in conspiracy theories, so they probably told him about this Sasquatch giant that hangs around. Now, this isn't the first sighting in this place where this so-called giant is hanging around. Apparently there's been about 20 other sightings. What I find funny about this story is he claims he spoke to a few locals and they told him about these giants. Andy Dawson is a local. Andy Dawson's a local, so of course he's heard this story. If he hasn't heard it himself, someone in the pub's told him about it. So of course he's got something to run with. Like, are people daft? This stuff is like, you hear legends like this all the time. So of course Andy Dawson has heard this legend. He lives there, so of course he's probably heard about a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot hanging around in the air. If he's a local and it's a local legend, he's heard this. He probably goes out drinking and hang around with his mates out there. They've probably told him this, or he's heard it himself. So he has probably already noticed that there's something on top of the mountain. Probably someone's already told him about this aerial as well. But he's probably noticed and thought, this would be good for my TikTok. The thing about TikTok now is anything is content. and people know what makes numbers. And Andy Dawson was doing fairly okay. I wouldn't say he had massive views, but enough to maybe be monetized at this point. Then he obviously hears this folklore, and he just runs with it, and he starts making content on it, and the world eats it up because we're just waiting for the next thing from the government or some crazy conspiracy to come true. We're just waiting for some madness to go on because we're bored, because ever since Corona, everyone believes that everything is a conspiracy now. Listen, conspiracies now are cool to believe in. When I got into conspiracy theories and looking into conspiracy theories, people didn't care about this kind of stuff. I was studying the moon landing and JFK and all these other little conspiracies long before people knew what conspiracy theorists really were. I didn't even call it conspiracy theorists back then. I was just investigating situations. Conspiracy theory just seems to be like something that's thrown at people that don't believe official stories. It's just a made up term. I never heard of conspiracy theory until I was looking into 9/11. I was like, oh, there's a truth network. What? We're conspiracy theorists? And boom, from there. Anyway, I'm getting off point. We got to this point that Andy Dawson is obviously a local there as well, so he's heard this thing, so it's just a story for him to run around and start making content with. So far we've proved that there's no giant. We've already debunked that. We've proved that he's filmed in 3 different locations. We've been through that. We've proved that he's either connected to somebody who's into conspiracy theorists, or he's one himself, considering that logo it is in his music video. What else have we got here? Oh yes, my favourite part of this whole made up nonsense. The CIA agent. This is fantastic, right? We believe that he's a CIA agent on the back of him telling you that he was stopped to be a CIA agent, but he hasn't got any of this footage to say it happened. But a guy who TikToks a lot, right? And then films himself going out to the spot to get turned around, then filming a guy outside his house in the car speeding off. Why didn't he film the original interaction? That makes a hell of a lot of sense, doesn't it? That makes a lot of sense, definitely, yeah. Okay, there was the theory that I went with originally that CIA don't operate in Canada. Apparently this is untrue, which is fair enough, because the Canadian version of the CIA, which is CSIS, they operate all over the world as well. So that one doesn't count. I'll take the L on that one. So CIA could be out there maybe, but it seems very, very unlikely. So he's claiming as a CIA agent, right? That stopped him. He's going to go out and try and drive up this way. He goes out for a drive to try and find this giant, and he's turned around and he's stopped. When the guy stops him, listen to how this guy talks.
The guy's here again. Yeah, this is him. What's going on?
Road's closed. Turn around.
Really?
Yeah, man. Just turn around, please.
Okay. Have a good night, man.
I don't know about you, but I've never heard any law enforcement officer talk like that. Seems very, very casual. I don't know if you ever noticed, but law enforcement officers tend to speak to you. Hello there, sir. Can you turn off the car? Can you turn us around, please? Can you? Not like, yeah, man. Just da-da-da-da. He's very, very chilled. He's very like it's his mate. Like it's his mate. Now this is another one as well. So that dude in the clip said the car just took that off. Listen, like it wasn't like that. I mean, it's quite obvious that he's just got his friend to park out there, open the blind to signal that he's coming out. So when he opens the door, speed off. So when he opens the car, his mate speed off. They planned that. There's no way that's legit. You telling me a CIA agent, right, who is stalking Andy Dawson, who has got a TikTok clip of a so-say giant, which you really can't see, you cannot tell is a giant. They're stalking him outside his house with the engine running and with a really shitty stock exhaust system. Are you joking? I'm meant to believe that's a CIA agent's car, am I? And that's how they're going to operate. They're going to sit right outside his house with the engine running and lights on. What? That's surveillance, is it? They're going to do that. That could even have been a pizza delivery guy for all you know. Like, why is it automatically a CIA agent just because this guy told us that? Come on, man. Like, use your common sense. All right, so then he posts this really weird video of him sitting all hunched up, still looking a little bit uncomfortable, claiming, oh, I'm not dead. I haven't gone missing. I've just been busy. All my videos have been fake. And then he starts doing this thing with his eyes, starts going, and then comes back, making it overly obvious that he's trying to get your attention to his eyes. If it's just a quick flick over to read something, your eyes don't sit there that long with it. It wouldn't be that obvious, and you'll be more sweating, you'd be more nervous. This clip does not look that weird to me. It just looks a little bit spooky, but to me, no evidence of any type of thing just because he looked a certain way with his eyes. Anyone can do that. Look, I can do it. Look. Easy, right? Then he comes on and posts this video.
You might not see me post ever again.
Yes, because that is absolute evidence that someone is trying to silence him, isn't it? Come on. Alright, then he posts like one final clip of some kind of structure on top of a totally different mountain, which holds no relevance to the story whatsoever, but he puts military in the caption and that's it. From there, people start reporting that he's disappeared. Just so you know, there are other platforms apart from TikTok. Okay? There are other platforms. Andrew Dawson has a Facebook. Andrew Dawson was still posting after he disappeared, that everyone was saying that he disappeared. He's still posting there. Now this is where things does take a bit of a sad turn. This hasn't been confirmed, but it is believed, due to a video that his wife put out, that Andrew Dawson took his own life. It is believed that Andrew Dawson has passed away. He was posting on his Facebook after he disappeared on TikTok. And then his wife posted that she loved him, she missed him, she posted the obituary, and then people started leaving heartfelt condolences on some of his pictures and stuff like that, which confirmed his passing. From there, the internet has gone crazy. People now believe that he was being stalked by the CIA to keep him quiet from this giant situation, from spotting a giant on a mountain. They got to keep him quiet, so they've killed him. But his family haven't said anything, his wife haven't said anything. Even in the video that his wife posted, she said, if you want to believe in conspiracies, that's totally fine. I actually have a screenshot of an alleged message between Andy and one of his alleged friends that was sent to me by someone who's claiming to be one of his friends, but I cannot find any connection apart from the fact that he followed Andrew Dawson's account. But Andrew Dawson and Salma don't follow him, even though he claimed to be a friend of 20 years. So I've got these screenshots here. These show that there was a possible connection between the two, and Andrew Dawson quite clearly showing that the TikTok comments are going crazy and people are talking about him on other channels. He knew what was going on. He was pushing it for views. Now let me tell you something about the CIA and secret services and things like that, right? If you type in YouTube now, Jesse Ventura Conspiracy Theory, episode 1, you won't be able to find the conspiracy theories on 9/11, Plum Island, JFK, all sorts of stuff, loads of conspiracy stuff, when he puts out a lot of evidence, but you won't be able to find that on YouTube now because it's been taken down, and if you put it up, your channel will be deleted like that. You can't put Jesse Ventura's conspiracy thing up. It's got nothing to do with copyright because True TV is public information over there in America, so you can take it and you can do reactions to it. You cannot find these episodes now. If the Secret Services, CIA and FBI do not want you to have certain videos on the internet, trust me, you will not have it. Look how sensitive Facebook and TikTok are to videos that they get taken down for violence and for conspiracy theories and stuff like that. If they didn't want that video up there, it would not be there, and you wouldn't even know who Andrew Dawson was. They took him out, cancelled all his accounts, and made him a non-person. You would never known that Andrew Dawson existed. They wouldn't make it obvious, keep his account up and keep things spiraling and let people keep speculating and create. If they didn't want this out, it wouldn't be out. This whole thing about Nephilims and giants and there's conspiracy to keep this stuff quiet is nonsense. It's nonsense. We've had giants out a whole time. Do you know who Paul White is? The Big Show, the largest athlete in the world. The guy's nearly 8 foot. There's a guy in the World Guinness Book of Records. He's a giant. There's even a medical condition called gigantism or something like that. There's a condition for this. Why are people making this one up? What's this? People want to believe in giants now. First it's aliens, now it's giants. Don't get me started on the aliens bit, but it's interesting. But giants? I'm supposed to believe this? We're going to do a separate video to investigate this Nephilim thing, but for now, this whole thing has been nonsense. All that's happened from this is showing me that the world is gullible and will believe anything on the internet, and it's a shame that people don't do their own little bit of research before they start barking. The comments on our TikTok is mental. We've had nearly 70,000 views on one of the Andrew Dawson videos, and some of the comments it just baffles me that people will just believe anything and they haven't done any type of research, and yet they're demanding answers to why he died because it's not in the obituary. What's it got to do with you? Maybe they don't want to put on the obituary that he took his own life. Very sensitive, very triggering. Maybe people don't want to put that out. Quite frankly, this whole thing's mental. People believe absolutely anything, and it was debunked straight away. The CIA thing made no sense. The giant thing, clearly not true. And the helicopter is just something he's put in there for effect. And like I say, that screenshot right there of that message showed that he knew what he was doing. Like, this whole thing has always been nonsense. And sadly, if he has passed away, then rest in peace. It's never good that mental health can drive someone to do something like that. Rest in peace, and condolences to his family and to his wife and to his children. Someone approached me today. Why is the account still active if he died? Think of it like this, yeah? He's getting millions upon millions upon millions of views, right? And his wife is starting to get her account blown up because people keep leaving comments and asking questions too. So they're monetized, they're making money. She's just lost a big provider because it's believed that he was working in the military. So she's just lost a big wage. So keep his account active, keep her account active. Don't really explain fully what happened and let the conspiracy people go nuts. Keep leaving contents, keep driving traffic, which brings more money, which means she can provide for her children. It's not too difficult, is it really? Anyway, I just wanted to get into that one because I think it's mental that people actually believe that story. I'm Will the Influencer. This has been NetWatch. We are recaps, blogs, and reviews, and we will see you soon.